appNovi is a cybersecurity mesh architecture platform that integrates with common security network tools, including Crowdstrike, for security data visualization and analysis. When organizations mesh their network security and business data together, they're able to understand their entire network landscape and the risks and threats within it. This is an example of an Azure environment. And over here, we can see the on-prem environment assets populated from different tools and meshed together based on relationships through metadata and telemetry sources. Let's take a look at how all this comes together. Here we see the configuration setup of appNovi. Ingesting NetFlow is very simple and provides a ton of value because we can understand the assets on our network and what they're connecting to. But let's take a look at where we can get more asset attribution to make highly informed, non-disruptive security decisions. Here you can see the configurations for several tools, but it's important to note beyond new ones being added regularly, customers can build their own or customize existing ones. Let's take a look at Crowdstrike. Enabling the integration is easy. We simply need our user ID and password, and we need a point to the endpoint. We can simply save this for a straightforward default integration, or we have the option to modify the integration to include other attributes from the API call. As you can imagine, this flexibility is great for organizations that use many different data points across different providers. Once we have our integrations in place, we can start to query the data and visualize it. In compositions, we can construct Boolean type searches across the data or use automatically created ones. For example, let's take a look for servers that are seen by Crowdstrike. We can see we have 8 devices across our AWS and Azure environments. Once we have this composition, it will run automatically, so we can automate asset inventory and security control gap analysis. But we can also do other things like alert other teams or trigger stored playbooks and automation or ITSM tickets. This would be relevant for assets missing Crowdstrike agents, for example. Once the composition is saved, we can use it for visualization and analysis, as well as reporting. Dashboards provide us the ability to understand different analytics across our environments. They're based on the compositions we created, and we can build our own reports as well. Let's hop into the graph. In the same way we could see our composition for reporting, we can also see it in the graph. Here are my servers seen by Crowdstrike, and when I expand connections, I can see other related data points. As you can imagine, when we compile all of our different network security and business data, we can see complex subjects in a simple interface. Let's take a look at what that looks like. Let's consider we get an alert on a host name of Web50. When we look this up and expand the relationships, we can see data aggregated and visualized from multiple sources. Here I can see there's a security event associated between this host and IP address, and I can see it's coming from Fortinet. Here I can see the asset has a vulnerability, which matches the IPS alert. And I can see who owns this box. I can also see who's logging into the machine and its interface. If I want to share this information, I can create a snapshot that'll preserve this data in visualization for others. Now, when others access this, they can see what I see and also explore. For example, here I am expanding the network connections from the IPS alert. And here I can see the public, which represents the internet, which gives me a better understanding of how the attack originated. This level of access to data in a consumable format would take analysts hours to do, accessing SIM and a variety of other solutions to compile data in Excel to make a very quick decision. To learn more about how appNovi integrates with Crowdstrike to identify and eliminate security control gaps, map the attack surface, and enable efficient non-disruptive incident response, please visit appNovi.com.